It's the beginning of 2020. You have £100 to invest. Do you buy shares in Apple or do you buy a pair of Nike Air Jordans? If you chose the shoes, you may have made the more profitable investment. That's according to data from StockX, a website where you can trade sneakers and other fashion collectibles. Shoes are by far their most traded item, and if you get in early enough, the returns can really stack up. Take the Air Jordan 4 Cactus Jack, rapper Travis Scott's shoe. They retailed in June 2018 at around $250, but are now selling on StockX for over $800.
Any Travis Scott collab is very high demand. There's usually a good resale value, and it's just because it's Travis Scott.
This is Becky and Brandon, co-directors of Taylor's Trades. They make a living buying and selling shoes, mostly via StockX.
It's trends, isn't it? It's just the same patterns over and over again. It's the same silhouettes really that usually resell well.
StockX brand themselves a stock market of things, giving an investing experience but for more relatable, tangible assets. But they're not the only ones. Rally lets you buy shares in anything from trading cards to rare guitars. You can even buy shares in an original Declaration of Independence for $25 a pop. Meanwhile, Masterworks lets you pick up shares in the likes of Andy Warhol or Pablo Picasso, and claims that fine art easily outperforms the S&P 500. Then there's ANote Music, a market for music royalties.
What we do is that we democratize access to investment in music royalties. So we have an online marketplace, a platform, and an app with which artists, record labels, songwriters, and publishers, they can list a portion of their music royalties for fan base and investors to acquire. The share price that we have currently is around €6. So by dividing each catalog in 2 shares, you can actually access prices per share that are comparable to the ones that you can find in traditional stock exchanges.
Back to shoes, and there's a new platform for sneaker enthusiasts. This is former NFL player Jerome Sapp. Since launching his company Rares last year, Jerome has been offering the public the chance to buy equity in some of the world's rarest and most expensive shoes.
And on our site, you can invest in a $1 million sneaker for as little as $15 a share, and then as the sneaker presumably appreciates, so do the shares you own in that sneaker. I don't care if it's sneakers or handbags or whiskeys or rare wines. People understand that to a degree. So now when you securitize these things and turn them into investable assets, it strikes a different chord of comfortability with people.
You recently spent a world record fee on a sneaker. Tell me about the Nike Air Yeezy.
That particular shoe is what they call a holy grail, a unicorn. It was a first for everything in terms of Nike collaborating with an artist instead of an athlete, having that artist actually have input on that shoe, in terms of basically just Kanye West rebranding himself as a sneaker and an apparel mogul. That kickstarted his billion-dollar empire. So there was a lot of firsts around that shoe that made it what it is for the sneaker industry.
Jerome is confident that sneakers offer an attractive investment opportunity, but as an asset class, they remain relatively unproven. In fact, all of these assets are. None of the companies we've mentioned are over 6 years old. But certainly, there are more varied opportunities now to cash in than ever before, if you have an eye for a trend. To paraphrase Michael Jordan himself, it's not all about the shoes, it's what you do in them that counts.